Okay, guys, so welcome to another Scrapping Irish Sunday Night Live. A few little bits of tidbits of news to give you as the evening goes on. Won't say till we get a few more people in. Get a drink first. So, first off, let's see who was in here first. So, first person in was Andy. Ian would say Andy passed the ducks. Who else came in after that? Then Leanne was in next. Hope you've hit the like, guys. If you haven't, please do. E-Waste Mike. Of course, I know E-Waste Mike has hit the like. He always does it. Don't even have to remind him to hit the like. Paul Frost, next person in. Patrick Williams. Good to see you, sir. I've seen you a few times today. Between TikTok videos and YouTube videos and stuff like that. But you've been around a bit today. Andy and Leanne chatting to Patrick. American's favorite hoarder, welcome in. Good to see you as well. Hill 13. So Hill 13, remind us when Electronic Scrappers in to talk about the Eco Codex. You were asking questions about that. So hopefully when Electronic Scrapper comes in, he might come up on panel, or he might be able to answer some questions in the chat about that, because people like to know about that. I told Patrick Williams as well that we'll be asking him to get some prices for what scrap is like in Ireland at the moment. So we'll wait a few minutes and we'll start to see we'll ask him a few questions, see what copper, brass, aluminium, them sort of prices are going at the moment here in Ireland. And then people can, of course, let us know what their prices are like everywhere else. So what has people been up to? Well, I've been up to still working on some brass that I want to melt. Working on some gold recovery stuff that I've got. Mike's Meltdown, welcome in, and freaking awesome, welcome in. Thanks for dropping a like, appreciate it. Freaking awesome. So yeah, anyone that anyone that hasn't already hit the like, please do. So yeah, what has everyone else been up to today? Today we said mainly working on some brass that I want to melt, and the other items was just doing a little bit of gold recovery. And here's the guy that I know, didn't even have to tell him hit the like, he's already done it.
Yeah.
JG Recycling, welcome in.
I did it yesterday.
Yeah, you did it before I even put the live up. You had done it. See you scrapping, welcome in, good to see you. Mike was like, he texted me, he said, whenever you put that live up, let me know so I can get the first like. Mm-hmm. So he went and done it straight away. Simon, good to see you as well. Mike's Meltdown, welcome in.
Howdy all.
Howdy all. Anyone else there coming in now at the moment? American's favorite hoarder is saying Fuzzy. Who's Fuzzy? American's favorite hoarder. Who's Fuzzy? Hey, Richard Herbert, welcome in. See that? See how Mike can just disappear by walking into the background? He just disappears completely.
Yeah, but he came back.
6th Street Garage, welcome in. Good to see you as well. Well, I have some good news. Anyhow, good news is Who's Mate is around. She replied back to a comment that I had left on one of her videos. Hey, Jeanette Pickering. Now, when I say good news is she's around, well, she's had a few health issues and she's had a bit of bad luck and stuff like that. So she kind of gave up YouTube for a while. Let me just see if I can get the comment that she left on where she replied back, so I can let people know what's been going on in Who's Mate's life. If I can find it now, I need to go back. It was yesterday that she done it, so I have to go back through my notifications, because when I seen her name popping up, I said, oh, Who's Mate? Here we go. So can I go into that video, pause that video of hers, and go down to the comments. Let me just make sure there's no one in the basement while I'm reading this, in case I've anyone waiting to come in or anything like that. And I have Shark. Hey, Sharky, welcome in.
Nobody down here but us chuckleheads.
Well, I was just saying Who's Mate made contact. So She just goes,
Really?
Yeah. She goes, hi Irish and all in the scrap world. It hasn't been the best 12 to 18 months, to be honest. All sorts of stuff going on. Pretty much crap since I crashed my beautiful new old Focus. The Mercedes I bought to replace it has gone. Also, that was a money pit. Must have lost £3,000 on it. Scrapped it for €200 or £200. There's been a lot of hospital visits, health problems. I'm still working. No idea how I haven't lost my job. Laugh out loud. And right now, not even sure if I'll be able to retire early. I have some memory problems, and this device is the only one I'm signed into on YouTube, and it's a bit dodgy too. If I lose this, Poosmate may be gone forever. I'm working on fixing what is important, and getting Poosmate back up and running is very important. Thank you for your message. Sorry it took so long to find it, and I hope all is good with you and all the other scrapper friends. I'll leave it at that, and hopefully be back in the mix soon. Take care. Love all, Pooh. So it's good that she's there again. We had missed her, so it's good that she made contact. So that's great that she's back again. So at least we know she had a few health issues, she was saying, but I'd say when you don't hear from someone for a long time, you fear that may have passed on, and stuff like that. So she's not. She's around. So hopefully she'll be coming back again at some stage into the YouTube world. So at least she's okay, as in she's there and everything's okay with her. Jeanette Pickering, Matthew, Daniel, welcome in. Electronic Scrapper, welcome in. Electronic Scrapper, if you can at some stage, we'd like to get you up on the panel, because Hill 13 had some questions to ask about Eco Goldex last week. So if you could come up at some stage, maybe you could answer some of them questions for them. Okay, so I think we're caught up. I hope everyone has hit the like, of course. So we're all caught up. I you know that chain you sent to me, Shark?
Yeah.
I put it into the acid.
Yeah.
And it contains gold.
Really? How much?
Have a look at my short video, and you can see it on my YouTube short video. The last one I've done, you'll see the chain going into the acid, and you'll see the gold coming off it. So,
very cool. Okay.
Looks like you got some money coming, Shark.
There was actually gold in that chain. So there was. So
that's awesome, man.
Yeah. So we got a little bit of gold from it. Now I have to process it yet and stuff like that, but we got all the gold to come off the gold plating that was on that chain. So there was actually gold plating on that chain. So
that's fantastic.
You can see he's pissed though. You can tell he's mad. He's like,
oh, you can see he's mad that he sent that chain. He's here like, damn it, I thought that chain was just a heap of junk. I thought there was no gold on that chain.
Mm-hmm. Now the more important question is, what's going to happen when you put that Rolex in the?
Well, no, that is a different question. I have a funny feeling we won't see any gold coming off that one, so we won't. What was Andy saying earlier? Andy said earlier, I thought it was quite funny. She goes, at Scrapping Irish, just watch a video of Ian scrapping a washing machine from 7 years ago. Such a different person then. Less fluffy, more of an attitude. Oh, more of an attitude. And he was still talking about making space in the shed 7 years ago. So, things haven't changed, have they?
You know what's funny about Ian? He gets on the panel and he's loud as he can be. But when you got to watch a dragged out 44-minute video, you can't hear a word that man is saying.
The sound was very bad on his last video, I would say.
The last few videos, and then it's like if he's holding the phone, he probably has his thumb over the mic, because then all of a sudden it'll get loud. But that whole video, I had it all the way up, and I could not hear what I mean, I don't care what he's saying because it's not a waste of time, but for people that kind of like the guy. But
the sound on the last video was a bit muffled, all right. So I think maybe it's time for him to invest in a new iPhone or a new phone that can record with an actual.
And I have computer speakers, and then I have a speaker booster, and I couldn't get it any louder.
Okay, Andy said the sound was okay on her one. Wasn't okay on mine. I found the sound very low. And like that, I turned the sound up on the YouTube side and turned it up on the laptop as well, just to hear it better. So maybe it might be. Hey, Mary, welcome in. Maybe it might be like when I remember one stage, people used to have an issue with my sound when I do a video. Some people could hear it and other people couldn't, and it was something to do with stereo and mono. So it was something to do with that. Scorpion Matt, welcome in. Scrapping on the fly, welcome in. I have the same problem with the audio. Okay, so Hill 13 had the same problem with it. Don't forget, guys, hit that like if you don't mind.
So basically, Ian just sucks.
Oh, I didn't say that now.
I did. I did.
But Mike, you know what he's saying. We got to get in the shed, and then there's this little path, and look, I got stuff on the bench, and here I'm going to describe for the next 20 minutes how to strip wire, and look, we still haven't made any space in the bed.
Poor old Ian. Pick it on Ian. That is just terrible. Poor Ian.
I mean, I put his videos on to go to sleep, and it was like, I got nothing to go to sleep to. I can't hear nothing.
What does his soothing voice put you to sleep?
Yeah. It's an accent that gets me. What?
So Mike, what would Ian sound like if he was Marty in the shed?
I'll have to practice the accent. Hold on.
He has to do it in his head first, and then when he's done it in his head, he'll be able to see it. He has to.
I gotta take a minute. I got a headache.
Did you trim your beard?
Marty was ragging on the Irish in his last video. It was funny as hell.
Oh, I'll have to have a look at that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was funny.
I'll have to have a look
at
Mike,
that. Did you trim your beard?
I did.
See,
there was one hair sticking out right there. I got it.
Too many people asked for autographs. They thought he was Jack Black, so they were all looking for autographs. He had to do something.
I had to, man. The heat was killing me. God, it was so hot. I mean, look, here's right now. It's 93 degrees, feels like 101. It's ridiculous. You need to go away.
That's harsh, man. That's like Florida.
It's been like that for like 2 weeks. I hate to see my light bill.
We are all waiting for the scrapper launch. We are all waiting for that to happen in Ian's shed, but he's still kind of working up at the other end of the shed. Wait till he starts making his way down the shed. That's when stuff starts falling all over the place.
And here, to answer everybody's question, I'm eating a freaking salad.
Oh my God.
I see all the comments. I was trying to ignore them, but.
Geez, he trimmed his beard. He's eating a salad. What have you done with Mike?
He's in the garage working. Where he belongs.
I reckon he's an AI robot, this person. This is the real Mike. This is an AI robot that has come in. Hill 13, if you're still there, ask whatever questions you want, and Electronic Scrapper might be able to answer them when he comes up. So if you have any questions there, now is your time to put them in the chat, and then we'll see when he comes up. What question?
Andy, Ian is drinking orange juice.
Yes. When I looked at it first, I thought that's the same color as when I'm doing the gold recovery. It's like that sort of color I end up with.
Yeah.
I thought Ian had started doing gold recovery first.
He got that aftermarket orange juice. So the color ain't right.
Fluorescent yellow.
Probably pissed in the glass.
Yeah, how many vodkas were in it?
Andy's got the right question there.
Yeah, how many vodkas were in it? So there's the first question. Electronic Scrapper could discuss using Eco Gold versus ammonia, disulfide and potassium. How would you pronounce that word? Potassium what?
Ferrocyanide. Hey, wait a minute. Aren't these the ingredients that are in Captain Crunch? Along with some red dye number 3.
Yellow dot number 5.
Everyday Solars, welcome in. Good to see you, Simon. Lifting heavy gaylords of high grade boards requires balance. Yeah, it does require balance when you're rotation as well. Welcome in, Everyday Solars. Good to see you. Everyday Solars, you weren't in at the start, but we have made contact with Pooh's mate. So Pooh's mate will hopefully be back at some stage to us all on YouTube. So we wish her well. At the moment, she had a few health issues, so we wish her well. So it was good to make contact with her. So that's good.
Health issues, car issues, wreck issues. That won't got issues.
She had a few issues going on,
but she's alive.
Yes, that's the main thing. She's alive. As I said, when you don't hear from someone for a year or a year and a bit, you begin to worry, and especially when people are sending emails and stuff like that and they're getting no replies back, you begin to worry that something else maybe, So at least we know she's here on planet Earth with us. She hasn't been taken to the other land yet.
Well, technically, if you die and are buried, you're still on planet Earth.
That's true.
Oh,
just true. Recycle.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
And if you're cremated, you're still on planet Earth.
Unless you go into space. Unless they send you into space.
Yeah. We, when I was doing space programs with the Navy, we would literally bolt some capsules of ashes into some of the satellites and launch people's ashes into space.
Have any of you fine fellows, I don't know who he's talking about there, but anyhow, ever scrap out an X-ray machine? No, I've never scrapped out an X-ray machine. Have you ever scrapped out one, Shark?
No, I ran away from one time.
Scrapping Scotland, welcome in. If anyone has in the chat, please let us know. How about you, Mike? Have you not, E-West Mike, have you ever picked up one? No?
Well, I did, but this is what happened. Trying to do it.
No, so I was at the.
I didn't have a chance of getting one, but I passed on it because I didn't want to.
Yeah, I was a similar situation. I was at the county resale lot, and I had bid on and won a bunch of computers, and I saw they had the baggage scanners from the airport, and so I asked the guy, all right, it's got caution, radiation hazard stickers all over it. Do you have any paperwork that shows that the source material has been removed and it's safe to take it apart? And he said, "Wow, they just dropped it off here. I don't have any paperwork on it." So I was like, "Okay, I'm out of here."
Simon said there should be marks if any poisonous stuff inside still in there. They should tell you. He said more or less same as what you said, Shark. If the stuff has been removed, there should be paperwork to tell you it's been removed. Should be anyways, not if you can dispose of without special procedure. I have several lead bricks that limit an X-ray room. Okay, so there we go. CU Scrapping has a bit of experience with them.
And look at him.
Perfect health. Not a thing wrong with him.
Love you, Roger.
And it was interesting because I was talking to the manager of one of the big yards down in Jacksonville, and he was telling me that they have radiation sensors on the scales. So when you pull into the yard, if they detect increased radiation from your vehicle, they'll turn you around right there. They won't even let you go through the scale.
Okay.
So it's like it's got to be a real thing, because otherwise, why would they invest in that kind of equipment?
Mm-hmm.
So don't go into the scrapyard with 100 smoke detectors in your car. So in that case, is it?
Yep.
Scrapping on the price that he wants some of them lead bricks. Whatever he's up to. Patrick Williams, if you're still there, could you put in the prices at the moment in Ireland for copper, aluminium, and brass, if you don't mind? George Richardson, how are things? Welcome in. Good to see you. Can be some relays with a tiny amount of mercury. Same for tubes. My yard is defo doesn't have a detector. Why did you bring in some radioactive stuff, Scrap in Scotland? Shark, this happened to Tobe a few months back. The radiation detectors went off because of radioactive paint on a tiny clock face. Yeah, because some of them old clocks used to have the paint that, and some of the glassware used to have radioactive material in them as well, wasn't there? And some of that glassware is worth a lot of money as well. If you can get it in thrift show or charity shops or any place like that, they might have some of that old glassware. I watch a video of a guy go around. He has a special little torch and he shines on the glassware, and I need to come up with the radioactive stuff he buys because he can make a lot of money on it. He said so. Yeah.
I think when I was a kid, I had a watch that had the numerals were glow in the dark. Maybe that explains a lot.
There's actually
you also may have been around stuff that may have been carrying nuclear weapons at some stage, or may have been transporting nuclear stuff at some stage. So that might explain a lot.
I can neither confirm nor deny the presence of nuclear vessels or weapons aboard any vessel or station that I served upon, near, or around.
There's also some lenses for photography that are slightly radioactive as well.
There we go. So they're starting to rob the copper now from the wind turbines. There we go.
That's Scrapping Scotland. Scrapping Scotland. He's on the
Scotland. Can you explain where you are between the hours of?
He cannot confirm nor deny.
Copper bare bright is $7.20 a kg. Number 2 is $6.75. Aluminium is €1 a kilo, and brass is $4.10. Car batteries are 45 cents a kg. Okay, so thank you very much for that information. If anyone's wondering what the prices are like here in Ireland, that's what the scrap prices are at the moment.
You got to be really desperate to start robbing copper from a wind turbine. I mean, that's a bit of a climb.
It's got a ladder that goes all the way up, though.
Yeah, but man, some of those turbines, that's like way the hell up there.
Just get a sawzall and cut it at the bottom. Let it fall down.
yeah, just put it at the bottom. Let it come down.
You see some chucklehead down there with an axe.
Mm-hmm.
Richard is saying shred is not worth turning in now. We average 7 cents a pound. If it piles up too much, I take it in. Wish I was a crook. They take a bunch of street lights out to get some copper. Yeah, people do that. They take the street lights. But a lot of scrap yards, that sort of stuff. If they see you coming with it straight away,
I get 11.5 cents a pound for shred. I don't know why everybody else is so low.
Shred is 15 cents a kilo here, so that'd be about 7.5. Well, under 7.5 cents a pound as well here.
Mike, how long did it take you to type out all the big words? Did you start that Friday? I mean, look at that one word there. Per, P-E-R. That's huge. I don't know.
Getting was getting 9.5p a kilo for shred last week in the UK, Andy. So I try and avoid the shred if I can. Jesus, but you can't avoid it when you're taking apart computers. You'll always have cases and stuff like that off them. So you'll always have some shred building up. A lot of the time, as someone said there, it's hardly worth bringing to the scrapyard.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I have no choice but to bring in shred because I end up with, as Mike knows, lots and lots and lots of empty shells. So
Yeah,
it's like you got to do it. So at least I get something for it.
yeah. It's better than getting nothing out of it at the end of the day, you know, or having to pay to get them taken away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fortunate. I've got a scrapyard that's literally a mile and a half away from my house for shred.
You know, so that's handy. There's not much travel involved there.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, I can be there and back inside of half an hour.
Yeah. So and you're not wasting a lot of fuel going with a pile of shred and ending up costing you more in fuel than what you get for the shred. You know. Shred was 6.5 cents in Kansas City last week. Okay, per pound.
So the business that is going out of business that I've been, you know, removing stuff for them, got all their computers and servers, got a bunch of wire, got a bunch of industrial parts. Last week they called me and they said, "Hey, can you help us with some file cabinets?" And I, yeah, okay, I'll come up and get, you know, and take care of that for you. Every freaking office had at least 2 file cabinets, and then they had a couple of rooms that were floor to ceiling file cabinets. I'm like, oh my God, what? So I said, okay. And the problem is that, you know, I can't get in the building unless they're there because, you know, they have to unlock the building. So what I did last week was I just started wheeling the file cabinets out to the parking lot and stacking them up out in the parking lot because I can get through the outer gate with a passcode, you know, that doesn't require that I get in the building, and I'm just stacking up. So there's like 20 file cabinets stacked up out there right now. And I was like, oh my God, I do not want to spend the money on a lift gate or a box truck because it's not worth it. I mean, you know, it's 6 cents a pound.
You're even outside hoping, yeah, you're even outside hoping some other scrapper will come along and just take them.
I keep hoping. I mean, the one of the guys from the company, he said, the back gate that you come through is very secure, but we've also got this pipe gate here that, you know, lots of people just can step right over it. And I said, good, maybe they'll take some of these.
Yeah. Hopefully when I go back, they're gone. Mike, how do you drop the gold charge pH splint out with zinc? Hill 13 is asking there about that. I've never used gold, so I don't know. I've never used that Godex, Eco Godex, so I don't know. Again, WatchGold has done a video there. Well, he's done part 1. I didn't see part 2 showing up yet from Electronic Scrapper, so he might know and be able to answer that question as well.
Electronic Scrapper, bring them up to me. I'll clean them for you, buddy. No charge.
I have not actually used it. I just pulled up the information from their website. They've got the MSDSs on their website.
Oh, that's a bad price. Shred is only 2 cents a pound. Oh, that's the lowest price I've seen.
Lowest I've ever seen was 3. I've seen 3 cents.
Yeah, I have never seen it that low.
No, I've never seen that low of a price.
You know it's low when you put it out on the curb and nobody takes it.
They just put theirs with us.
One of my neighbors next block, like 3 houses down, is a scrapper, and he just said he don't even pick it up anymore. I'll take it. I don't care.
Hey, Irish, did you know that you are, because you're such a big time person now in the YouTube world, having gone over 12,000. But did you know that?
How many people? How many did you say?
Well, did you notice in the chat that you're part of the experimental group that shows the rankings of people's comments?
Well, you have it too. It's on yours as well.
Yep. Was it really?
Yes.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. It was
and
on yours.
Nobody compared to you, man. You're kicking butt.
And I was in Raphael's live last night, and it's on Raphael's as well. So Raphael had it as well, where you get the rankings when someone comments, they get points or whatever. That's and that was one of the reasons I done the super chat with you. I wanted to see what would happen when I do the super chat. So when you do a super chat, you end up getting 150 points. That's what a super chat is worth. So that was the reason I done the super chat. So I wanted to see what would happen with them ranking point system thing. So
and here I thought you just liked me.
No, I was actually just testing something out. I hate to break it to you. I had to test it out and find out.
I feel violated.
Yeah, 12K came around pretty quick. Like once that video that kind of went semi-viral when where's Mike gone? That video that went semi-viral really did bring on my subscriber counts. Like when that video started to take off, I think I was at 8,000 subscribers. And since that video took off in March, April time, it has got me like up over 12K. So which is brilliant, but it's slowing down now. But anyhow, welcome back, Ian Matthews.
Yeah, that's all I did was touch my camera and it went off. That's the first thing I thought of too. I like it down in this corner anyway.
You prefer down there, do you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at Shark went in and done the super chat to test it out as well.
You know you don't want that back, right?
Yeah, well, he got part of it back on his one. I done it on his live, just to test it out. So I did to see what had happened on the ranking thing. So Shark now should be number one on the ranking points now.
I don't know. Let's see.
Yep.
Oh, Shark is top of the pile.
But I did my math in the wrong direction. I think I should have just, €2 is probably 50 cents, not $5.
So you gave him extra money and gold. Wow.
One dozen, 1K pounds like a preserver who won't be it's Baker's dozen. Yeah, 13,000 now is the next target.
It's a good thing I forgot that bracelet was in there when I sent it, because if I had put gold bracelet on they would have charged you God knows how much money.
God only knows.
Out of hock.
God only knows. No, and it was only gold plated. It wasn't like it was solid gold or anything. But but I got the copper out of it as well eventually that was underneath the gold plating. So that copper is all dissolved now. So
hey, no, wait a minute. No. You got to send the copper back to me.
All right, I'll send it back as a copper bar.
Yeah, you melt that down and send the copper back to me.
Or will I just leave it in liquid form and you can get it out of it in liquid form later? And I'm just looking here. You can't see it, but on StreamYards, they have a lot of new stuff added to the background of it. So I can. There's a little button now where I can adjust people's audios. I can mute them and I can unmute them and stuff like that. Very easier compared to what it used to be like. But I still don't pay for StreamYards. I still only have the free version. Scrapping together. Welcome in. Good to see you. Don't forget, guys, if you haven't hit the like, please do. Would appreciate it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
You don't get nothing out of it. Why would I do it?
Not scrapping together. Electron Scrapper, if anytime you want to come up, you're more than welcome to answer them questions on the Eco Codex.
But Irish, you're like a YouTube god now. You should be paying for the maximum, the Premiere Pro version of the StreamYards.
As I said before, it doesn't matter how many subscribers you have. The most important thing is the views. Not the amount of people that subscribe, it's the amount of people that watch. Now, I am getting more people watching than I was, but it's still I see people who have 3,000 subscribers and they get double the views I get. So it's not about the subscribers. It's nice to see the numbers.
Oops.
It's the count, the amount of people that watch your videos. that counts.
Hey, but Mike, that's because we're trying to make sure you're still alive, man.
Now, Shark, now be fair. People are looking in to see who Mike is insulting this week.
All I got to do is get a red bucket and walk around it, and I get 300 views like that. Boom.
Hey, Raphael Scrapper, welcome in. Good to see you. Give me 5 minutes finishing up some filming on the next video. Okay, no problem. Electronic Scrapper. So Hill 13, get all your questions ready for him. It will be your chance to get as much information off the brain that is Electronic Scrapper. Don't want to see Irish in a bikini.
You're the only one.
Drop the ferrous sulfide first, in again with SMB final refine. I use vitamin C. That's my routine. Okay. So
That's vitamin C.
Vitamin. Ara, shut up. Aluminium, aluminum, tomato.
Dumber.
Merchant Metals, welcome in. Good to see you.
What's up, Merchant? Oh, Lord.
So Mrs. Shark came in the other day and she said, "Hey, I'm trying to send you this link. It's all about scrapping in Zimbabwe and how they're helping the environment." I'm like, "Well, that's the people that keep on asking me if I want to buy stuff from them. So I think I know who they are."
I actually put your name into a comment somewhere, Shark, on a video I came across, and it was this guy that was in Ghana, and he was just traveling around Ghana. He was like a reporter or whatever, and he went to the biggest e-waste dump in the world. So Ghana has the biggest e-waste. 40,000 people live on it.
Yeah.
and
I think I've seen that one.
Yeah, and I put your name in, so I thought it might show up somewhere that you'd be able to go to it later. But yeah, 40,000 people live on the site, and they survive by going through the e-waste and going through the scrap and all that stuff. So like the head box kind of do all the e-waste side, and then you have all the kids. All they're doing is get the leftovers, like the bits of metal and bits of this and bits of that, and that are left over afterwards they get, and that's how they survive and stuff like that. But gee, when you see some of the stuff, like, and they were showing the air fryers are the latest thing turning up on the dump, because before that they were saying it was like microwaves and stuff like that, but now because so many people have changed to air fryers, now it's all air fryers that are coming, and the piles and piles of air fryers that are thrown out there. So it just shows how the amount of stuff we go through in the Western world that just ends up out in these other countries then to have to deal with.
And I saw, I don't know if it was the same one or a different one, but they were also talking about how there are people that die because of scrapalanches. And can you imagine a worse way to die than being buried by a bunch of garbage?
Well, we'll soon see it happening in Ian Matthews' shed, so it's only a matter of time. We just have to wait.
I like to watch those videos over there because that's where I get all my safety tips from. The legit safety tips, not those shark scrapper safety tips, the good ones. That's where I learned. I actually had a guy from India hit me up on my messenger to buy e-waste. I like, get the hell out of here, dude. Was it India or Indiana? I don't remember. It was India.
I got them from people in Nigeria and stuff like this.
Yeah, I get it from India all the time.
I want you to teach me how to do gold recovery. Can you teach me how to do gold recovery? Can I send you the stuff? I'm here. I live in Ireland. What are you going to do? Are you going to send an Arctic full of e-waste over to me? Are you? No. Stop annoying me, will you?
Yep. I don't want to deal with the people around me, let alone deal with somebody else from another country.
Shipbreakers. I never watched that, to be honest. Merchant Metals. Never watched it. I used to love watching Storage Wars back in the day when Storage Wars started first. Then it got so fake and so much rubbish that it wasn't. I used to like seeing people buying these storage lockers, and I always thought I'd love to do that. Buy storage lockers and try and make. Did you ever do that, Mike? No. E-waste Mike, no? Do you ever buy storage lockers or do any of that carry on? No?
Yeah, I used to do storage auction a long time ago.
Yeah, I thought you did. Yeah.
And the problem was because of that stupid show, everybody lost their mind and was just overbidding on stuff that wasn't worth $100, and they bid $400, $500, $600 on it. So I just quit doing it. I never found nothing really good anyway.
I have a site that I keep an eye on, but good units are few and far between.
I want to start getting into the government auction sites.
Shark does a lot of government auction buying.
I've looked into them, but everything's in Ohio. There ain't nothing in Michigan. And if there is, Merchant Metals took it all already. So, yeah, too much competition.
Merchant Metals doesn't slack about. He gets on it quick.
He's those after-hour shoppers.
I need to tighten up my workspace. It's looking like Ian's space.
I'm in bed at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock at night. I can't be out there at 3 or 4 in the morning digging in dumpsters.
In England, there used to be a guy. I don't see his channel anymore. Night Scrapper, I think was his name.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah.
I don't get any notifications anymore from him. I think he must have stopped doing it. I must Google that now and see when did he last do a video. Night Scrapper. There's two. Oh, Scrapper 9, Night Scrapper. That's a there. Is it? No, it's not. That's Vidvulture. No. He was called Night Scrapper, wasn't he, in England? I can't seem to find his channel now at all.
Loafer.
He seems to have disappeared. He seems to have disappeared. He was from Liverpool. Yeah, I think he was, but I don't see his channel there at all showing up now. Maybe he must have given up.
Wasn't he Ian's buddy?
He was, yeah. Ian used to always be giving him a shout out on stuff.
I came to visit him one time or something.
I don't seem to see his channel there.
I feel blurry.
That is strange how it just disappeared completely. I'll have to do a bit more research into that. Yeah, Night Scrapper from Liverpool.
American Hoarder. You're a funny guy. It's illegal to dumpster dive here. Thank you.
Is it? Yeah.
I don't know how some people get away with it.
It's only illegal if you're caught.
Scrapping in Scotland's area. I think he changed the name of his channel. Okay, maybe that's why I can't find it anyhow.
Did somebody hurt Mike's feelings? Why did he walk away?
You came back.
Underhanded elsewhere.
Oh, rats. He came back.
Yay, Shark's back.
To beat the heat. Yeah, a lot of people will go out scrapping late in the evenings because it's too hot during the day in certain parts of the world. So yes, night scrapping will be a thing.
All right.
Merchant Metal said it's not that illegal, but he didn't say it wasn't illegal. He just said it's not that illegal.
I had a buddy that did it, and he got 30 days in jail for it.
Wow, for dumpster diving.
Yep.
Well, I'm glad to see that you're having dessert now, Mike.
Yeah.
You earned it after eating that salad.
Absolutely.
Anyone that has to eat a salad deserves a nice dessert.
Hey, I go for 2 walks a day too. Imagine that.
Well, do you count a walk as 10 rounds around the red bucket?
You know, I walked around that bucket. I did a video today. I uploaded it. It took 4 hours and it was only at 8%, so I just deleted it. I said, the hell with it. But I took my damn bucket. I walked around it 4 times. I was getting dizzy. I had to stop.
Well, we have electronic scrapper in the basement. Here we go.
All right, I gotta go. I'll catch y'all later. I don't like that guy.
Yeah, man, we're out of here. Goodbye.
That guy's an idiot.
Hey, where's he gone? Mike. Mike just wanted that spot down in that corner. He doesn't like
I did.
any
I
other
want my spot back.
He wanted his spot back. So it is. So Hill 13, any questions you have there, now is your time to ask them of Electronic Scrapper, because he is using.
All right, wait a minute. Let's give Electronic Scrapper.
What? Another E Matthews. He just pressed something and he's gone.
Well, I mean, like the first question you had, especially with the ferrocyanide, potassium ferrocyanide, the Eco Gold EX is basically a cyanide leach formulant, so they just made it safer, I suppose. They take that, they mix all these ingredients together, they put it in a furnace, they cook it into a brick, grind it up, and then sell it as a powder. But the biggest reason why I like it is easy to get a hold of. They can ship it out and it's not considered a reagent anymore.
Okay, and tell me this, is compared to doing normal gold recovery using nitric acid and using hydrochloric acid and that, is there many more steps to it? Is it a little bit more complicated in that way, that you need to do more steps or stuff like that?
It depends on how you want to get the gold out. If you want to drop it with zinc, yeah, there's a lot more steps. There's steps to it. It's very gassy, very bubbly when you use zinc. But if you electrowin it out, not so much. Let's see. I'll go get what I plated out on. Hang on a second.
Yeah. We'll see what it is. Shark, what did you do to yourself there?
I was trying to give Electronic Scrapper a promotion.
Oh, promotion. So you just took yourself completely off the screen. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that way it would, when I came back in, it would force him up to the top row.
Yeah, but I can move people around. Like I can go, oh, hold on a second. There you go. Oh, hold on a second. There you go. Oh, hold on a second.
God, you give somebody a little bit of power and they go crazy.
All right. This is what I played gold out on.
Well, I'm going to make you bigger. There we go.
The steel wool.
Okay, so you plated onto that using what?
Electricity.
Okay, so when you've plated onto that, how do you...
The anode would be stainless steel. Cathode would be steel wool. You can also plate it out on stainless and scrape it off, but...
Okay, so when you have it plated onto that that wool, that steel wool, how do you get the gold off that?
I put it in HCl and dissolve away the steel wool.
Okay, so then you're just left with gold in there after the HCl has dissolved away all the steel from it.
Right.
So that's another step.
It is a step.
So that's, I mean,
but there's a speed thing too. If I can dissolve a kilo of ram fingers and get the gold off in about 50 minutes.
Okay. So it doesn't take as long time-wise as it does doing with, say, Acarija does and stuff like that. You have to leave it longer in the Acarija to get the gold to dissolve. So you get it done a lot quicker.
It's good for large amounts. And if you use 40 grams to 1 liter, you're going to average anywhere. Your gold recovery rate is going to be about 1.3 to 1.7 grams. It depends on the material going in, because the more base metal showing, and the longer you leave it in, it will start attacking the base metal too.
Okay. And cost efficiency, you reckon it's a lot more cost efficient compared to
most especially with your really, really low grade stuff, like a lot of your pens, like your RJ plugs you get.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of gold on them, and it's really thin, and it just strips the gold off in seconds.
Okay.
Though, Electronic Scrapper, I think you're missing out on something here. With gold-plated steel wool, you could sell that to these uber-rich oligarchs as gold-plated, kitchen scrubbers. You may have something there, man.
A gold-plated pan scrubber.
Right. Hill 13, how am I dropping the gold? I start with iron sulfate, ferrous sulfate, copper, whatever you want to call it.
Well, I say it sounds stupid easy.
It does sound. It sounds very good. So does it sounds.
I'm not saying it's the best way. It's just the most cost way, effective way I can find for the really lightly gold-plated stuff. You know, and if you have gold bonding wires showing on something, it will actually dissolve the gold bonding wires.
Okay.
Will it extract it from the ceramic base material, or do you still have to grind up or bake the ceramics?
Well, I've never tried it with like ceramic IC chips or whatever, but it would dissolve the gold bond wires on there. But you still got to break it up. It's still got to be able to reach it to get to it.
Okay, so it won't just follow the path of the through the ceramic from the legs and stuff.
No, because they're either steel or copper or something. But
okay, and you're working on the second part of your video now, I presume. You were saying.
yeah, it's almost done. I need one more day.
Okay, so we that will probably help people out a bit more, because if anyone hadn't seen the first part, he got to the stage where he had essentially taken all the gold off the ram, and now this stage, I presume, is where you're plating it out onto the steel wool.
Hill was asking about going after the gold on circuit boards.
Yeah.
It works beautifully for that.
Okay, so just dip your circuit board in it, and it'll take any gold plating that's there.
Right, and you start with the heavier plated stuff, and to finish up using the stripping power, you end with the lighter plated stuff.
Okay, and I'm wondering if you had incinerated your chips, like it should work then on the gold bond wires inside of that then as well, should it?
I don't know. I prefer the other way.
Okay.
You know.
Just wondering, like, yeah. What I meant was changing the. What's he saying here about? What I meant were you changing the pH, then dropping with zinc? Well, he's not really dropping. He's using electroplating, isn't it? You're doing it, what?
Yeah. You can. I've done that with the pH with the zinc. Just follow whatever batch you get. They're constantly changing this Eco Gold EX for the zinc precipitation. Follow exactly what they tell you. It works. It just you can never get 100% of the gold back. You're going to leave some back, and you have to use that rinse water that has some into it to make your next batch.
Okay, so you're leaving a tiny bit of gold all the time in solution. Is that what you're saying? By when you're using zinc or whatever.
Yeah, you're always going to leave very, very, very little. I mean, just your first drop, you're going to get 95% of the gold. Second drop, you're going to get 95% of the 5% that was left. But you're always going to have just that little bit. And I'm greedy.
Welcome in, by the way, Loafer, and someone else that I see coming in there. So I see, Ralph Morrick, of course. I seen him coming in, and there was someone else, wasn't there, that I seen coming in? Davison's All Natural Gym. Okay, welcome in. A new name. Didn't see that person before, so welcome in. So any more questions?
Don't get me wrong. I don't know everything about Eco Gold EX. It was just it's trial and error for me. It was how can I get it done the most cost effective way.
Yeah, no.
So like the was a bracelet you got from Shark, gold plated. Yes. It would have stripped it off.
Yeah, so that would be as I say, the next time Shark sends me a gold bracelet again, I'll use the Eco Gold X instead.
I'm sure it took quite a bit of acid to dissolve all the base metal out.
Hey, Irish, don't be holding your breath, man.
You what you mean? You won't make the same mistake again? Is that what you're saying?
Well, next time it'll probably take 6 months to get through customs instead of 3.
Yeah, yeah.
And then also, Hill, if you do get a hold of the Eco Gold EX and you want to use zinc, I would suggest using zinc strips versus powder because it will take the stuff out.
Scrapping on the fly. Yeah, you always leave a bit of gold behind. I don't care what anyone says. Even with any method, there's always going to be a little bit of gold probably left somewhere that you'll miss. So that is very true.
Well, this is where I'm sitting on my video. I'll show it to you.
You need to clean that floor behind you.
You come clean it for me. How about that?
Well, when you bring your radiators up here, I'll come down here and clean that.
Oh, that's a big place you're working in.
All right, let me move some stuff. Okay, let's see if I can get this right. There you go. Maybe. Okay, that's the steel wool. I'm just getting the steel out of it and leaving the gold. But that's about it, you know. And after that, yeah, it's still got to be refined. Is it pure? No.
Yeah, so you are going to have to put it into aqua regia afterwards. Is that the way you're going to refine it?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So you still have a few steps to do, but
Yeah. You know, that the Eco Gold EX is more about the recovery end of it, not the refining end of it.
yeah. And the waste liquid now that you've left over, you can use that to start a new batch. Is that what you're saying?
What's that?
The waste liquid you've left there now, when you get the gold out, what do you do with the waste liquid? Like we say with aqua regia, when you're finished doing whatever you do, you put it in your stock pot, and then you drop out any precious metals or
What I'll do is like the spent Eco Gold EX and high strength, I will neutralize it and dispose of it properly.
Okay.
And I'm trying to read Hill here real quick. Yes, you change the pH before you drop it with zinc. You have to acidify it. I think the latest, greatest they have out right now, they want you to take it to a pH of 2, I believe.
Okay.
Could be wrong.
William is asking, what website did you buy it from, or where did you get it?
Eco Gold EX website, or you can get it off eBay. It costs the same.
Okay. And what size bag did you buy, or how much of it did you buy?
I bought a lot of it a few years back, so I've got the older version.
Okay. So
I bought it 1 kilo bag.
Okay. So yeah. So Mike has put the Meltdown has put the link in for anyone that wants to go check it out. It's there. The link is there for where you get that from. So very interesting, but I don't know. It's not something I'd probably do myself personally, because I think it's a lot harder to get it over here in Ireland than it is in America. So that's one of the first issues. And then it sounds too safe for me. Like I like to live life a bit more risky, you know. You know. It is a card that only emergency workers and current workers are entitled to give access to a variety of things for it to have. Sure.
But we will have to see if it continues to be easy to get here in the States. It's coming from Canada.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, so it's a Canadian company that.
And, you know, the chemical is actually the powder they make is actually made in China, but it is a you know, then they ship it over to Canada, but it is a Canadian company.
Okay. Did Park Nest come in? Someone said hi. Oh, he did. Hey, Park Nest, welcome in. Good to see you, sir. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Again, if anyone's trying to come up on the panel, if you're down in the chat and you're not showing your face and you're putting a name up I don't recognize, you ain't coming up. So sorry about that. You're not going to be getting up. So we have somebody in the basement who wants to come up, but they're not coming up. So save yourself the time, save yourself the hassle.
Yeah, because I'm gonna get moved over.
Not just that, they've no picture. They're not showing themselves for one thing. So I'm afraid they don't get up.
Oh, I do have a fan running in the background. It's not interfering, is it?
What?
I have a fan running in the background. It's not. You can't hear it, do you?
We
I
can
can't.
see it right over top of Mike's head.
Can you hear mine?
I can hear yours now, Mike.
It's too damn hot here.
I'm concerned. Where is Ian? I don't know where Ian is. Ian must be under his scrap launch. It must have finally happened. So must have.
It's 4 o'clock here. It's supposed to be getting cooler. Look at it. Where is it? 97 degrees.
We are 10 degrees cooler here in the mountains, Mike.
Well, good for you. No point.
Although Mrs. Shark and I were out yesterday walking around, and man, we just started laughing because it's 86 degrees, and we're saying, "Daggone, it's hot." But yet, when we were in Florida, we'd be out at 100-degree weather and not even give a second thought. It's like 1 year in the mountains, and we don't know what it's like to be hot anymore.
Mm-hmm. Park Nest, my biggest fan, is right there. What's up, Gil?
Hey, Gil Skills, welcome in. Good to see Gil Skills. I see Marty put the video up of Gil Skills the other day. Again, the one where Gil was there helping him clear up the place. He put it up. The one where the guy that owns the lot came along, give it out.
The best friends video there.
I just love Gil Skills.
Had to do it.
I just love Gil Skills.
Had to do it. Marty was talking today about he needs to get a wire stripper.
And what's the story with him moving out of the place? Has that happened, or?
I don't think so. I think he's still there.
No.
He has to be there because I don't think he has that many videos saved up to keep posting them like he does. I don't know what he's doing. I think sooner or later he's gonna have to go. He might go out kicking and screaming, but
pick up plan notes from a couple.
Didn't you say something about him getting a lawyer?
I've heard in one of his videos saying something about a lawyer, so I don't know. I wish him luck though.
That could explain it, because that could take a 1 month process and turn it into a 6-year process.
Okay,
Oh.
so Gil said he's still there, but he's paying week by week until all the scrap is gone. So he still has to move scrap, but is he still going out collecting scrap and bringing it back? And then when he's meant to be getting rid of what he already has there,
Yeah.
Gil?
That weekly payment sucks.
If you say Ian's name 3 times, you will appear. No, Ian won't appear now. If he hasn't appeared by now, Ian Matthews won't appear now. If he hasn't appeared by 3, if he hasn't appeared after you say his name 3 times, he won't be here. He's quickly turning it around at least. Okay, so he is getting rid of more than he's bringing in, I hope.
But that doesn't help any if he's still going out and bringing stuff in. Even if he is turning it around, it means he's not getting rid of the stuff that's there that he needs to get rid of.
He's got rid of a ton of stuff. You see that Cadillac he drug out of the weeds?
Yeah.
Oh my God. That thing was a mess.
But you know what I couldn't stop laughing about on the video where your man turned up? Your man is trying to tell him to get rid of stuff, you know, and then he starts asking him, what's can I have that stuff over there for scrap? Can I have that for scrap? Can I have that for scrap? And your man goes, I've already given them to another scrap guy. I'm thinking you're trying to get rid of stuff and you're telling the guy that you're getting rid of stuff, but you're still telling them you're getting more stuff at the same time. So
when he was doing that Cadillac video the other day, he was like, well, you know, I really want to keep this. For what? Get rid of it. He's hilarious though.
Hold on. Gil Skills is here. Is it Gil Skills? It is Gil Skills. Welcome in, sir.
Audio.
What's the story?
Oh, shoot.
Oh, I know why he's done that.
I lost the reason why I came up. I'm sorry.
No,
guys.
he wants to be on this corner. He doesn't want anyone taking that corner.
This is my seat.
Fine. You can have your corner.
I got it.
It's all dirty over there anyway with
Yeah, whatever.
stickiness.
So, what's the story with Marty? Has he a plan in place to move somewhere else or anything?
He does have some plans in place, but he did tell me some things in confidence. He doesn't want me to really exclaim exactly what he's doing.
Oh yeah,
But,
that's all right.
Yeah. I mean, he does have a plan. He is a survivor, despite the embellished personality you see on his channel. He is a smart guy, despite what you see sometimes. But he's doing the best he can. He's one man band. You guys saw what his compound looked like when he got his eviction notice.
Yeah.
And all the while trying to get rid of all that scrap, he's trying to still survive. You know what I mean? And Marty being Marty and having like Asperger's and being on the spectrum and whatnot, he was having a really difficult time balancing it all. But despite all that, for being one person, he's got that place pretty much cleaned out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've seen that. He seems to have removed a lot of stuff from his compound. But I was wondering what he was doing when he was still collecting. That's why I was wondering, was he clearing the compound or was he bringing more stuff back or what was he doing?
When I was there, I gave him about 2.5 days worth of help. And when I was there, we brought more stuff to his compound than we took out. Because it was kind of like a rudderless boat, and I don't mean this in a way to make fun of him, but when I was there, I mean, he was struggling to figure out what to do next. You know what I mean? Because everybody's got their own way of doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I would make suggestions, and I'd be kind of sitting on the sidelines, and before you know it, we're out picking up some water heaters. But
I noticed that with him. He'd doing a video and he'd say, "Right, I'm going doing this." And next minute, one video he's doing, all of a sudden he was taking fuel cap out of one van or one truck and he's putting it into another truck and trying to put this. And I was thinking, you've wasted 15 minutes taking that fuel cap off the van to bring it over to another truck that already has a fuel cap that you didn't need to do this for. Why weren't you just taking out stuff? That's what I was saying.
Well, I mean, I've given. See, my head would implode if I let that stuff bother me. I mean, I've accepted him and all of his. I know everybody else does too. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say nobody else accepts him. But what I'm saying is I've accepted some of those tropes that he has, and I have to let those things slide. Otherwise, my head will implode. And ultimately, Marty's going to do Marty things. Marty's going to do what he feels is right in his head, even though it may not be right in our heads, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Well, what I'm going to do is before we finish up, because we finished up in a few minutes, so I want to run around the panel quickly and just ask everyone what their plan for the week is. So, Electronic Scrapper, what's your plan for the week?
Outside of work, I want to get that video out. I got too busy at work to get it out in a reasonable amount of time, and I hate it, but I just want to get it done.
Sounds like an excuse.
I guess it is in a way, huh?
Shark Scrapper, plan for the week?
Let's see. I'm going to be moving file cabinets around. I'm going to be processing stuff. I'm going to be making videos. I'm going to get my fire extinguisher safety checked. And Yeah, that's probably enough for 1 week.
Okay. E-waste, Mike, plan for the week?
That sounds like a bunch of bull. I'm not
Plan-
doing nothing. I'm doing a shred run Tuesday and a electronics run Friday. That's it. I'm just digging
Okay.
through the garage trying to get my garage cleaned up.
and we've got a few
But
videos.
you know, if I was Marty, I would just scrap it all.
And then you're
Okay,
going to
Bob.
And then you're going to
Larry Beaver, Larry Beaver.
stop. And then you're going to go around and book it 10 times for E. Matthews and upload that video.
Well, I'm going to go 11 tomorrow.
Skills, what's your plan for the week?
I'm trying to clear out the garage of all the excess scrap that that I don't necessarily want to film, so that I can actually film some of the stuff I do want to film. And I got to buy a harness and hook up the wiring and all that for the new cap that I got for the truck. Make sure that the brake light works and all that fun jazz. So that's my week upcoming.
Okay. Mike's Meltdown, plan for the week.
Well, I got back in the shop finally yesterday and started cleaning up and scrapping out things again. So I've got a few more videos that are up in the scheduled to go live here in the next couple of weeks. Still got a lot more stuff to take apart though. I got a call yesterday from another guy with I think 5 TVs, computers, and who knows what else he's got in his place. So I have to clear space to make room for all that.
Okay. Right. Well, my plan for the week is I plan on finally getting around to unpacking the furnace that I got off Vevor. So I plan on getting that unpacked, getting it. I've had the rigidizer got, so doing the rigidizer work on it to rigidize all that kale wool that's on it, and hopefully get a video uploaded of what comes in the pack and stuff like that, because I think Vevor think I'd forgotten about it, because they emailed me during the week and they said, did you receive the furnace? I said I did, but I hadn't got time to even take it out of the box yet. So hopefully this week I'll get the video done of that. So that video should be out this week of the Vevor furnace, so you can see what it's like and what it comes with. And as I say, it doesn't come, the kale wool isn't rigidized on it, so I will be doing that part of it, because if you light them up before you do that, usually a rake of that fibers end up going into the air around you, so you don't want to be breathing them in. So yeah, that's what I plan on doing.
You should have told them you didn't get it, and you would have got another one.
Another one. So that's what that video this week, I hope. And then we might melt some brass and some copper and some other bits and pieces as we go forward. We can maybe start doing a bit of melting and stuff. So as always, appreciate everyone that's been in, everyone that's come up on panel, everyone that's taken the time to put a comment in. And if you haven't already hit the like, please do. And till next week, stay safe. I'm putting the link for Everyday Solars, who's going live in a few moments. So if you want to pop over there, guys, to Everyday Solars, and scrap you all later, guys. Thanks for being in. Appreciate you all.